and 2 hours workout and then go home and cook.
They're like, man, it's you know, cool. Like, man, that's gonna be dope.
After that, Buddha and Zen, I have the books.
Okay.
It's gonna be.
Hey,
What's your name again?
Alan.
Alan, Chris.
Chris.
okay.
He's neighbors with Bill.
Oh, yeah. Nice. In the same building or something?
Yeah.
Nice.
He can be Chris.
Oh, you know Bill, huh?
I know Bill. Just saw him yesterday. I mentioned that I was talking to Sifu about him.
Nice. Alright, so in the new book today, Osho First in the Morning. I'm going to offer a reading on, it goes by days. I'm going to pause at the end of each reading, and you guys can offer reflections if you wish. If not, I'm just going to continue. Day 29. Everyone is God, everything is God. Existence and God are two words for the same phenomenon. So don't think of God in terms of a person who created the world, who controls the world, who manages the whole affair. Don't think of him as a supreme boss. There is nobody like that. God is not somebody. God is a quality. It is far better to call it godliness. It is a fragrance. It simply says one thing, that the world does not consist only of the visible. It also contains the invisible. The world does not consist only of the measurable. The world also contains the immeasurable. The world does not consist only of the outside. It also has the dimension of interiority. That's all that is meant by God, the dimension of interiority. End.
I'm glad you explained that. I was having a bit of an issue with God in the first ones, but explaining it as a internal source is a little bit easier to somewhat swallow. Yes. See not man following his pursuits of his maker at times. So I had a bit of an issue, but I understand now somewhat.
Day 30. Everyone belongs to God. There's no other way. We are born in God. We live in God. We die in God. Our energy is God's energy. God is simply the name of the total energy of existence. But the total is not medical. The total is mysterious. It is not mechanical. It is organic. There is a great difference between these two, which needs to be understood. The mechanical, the mathematical total is nothing but the sum total of the parts. The organic total is something more than the sum total of the parts. A great painting is an organic unity. It is not just the sum total of the canvas and the colors. So it is with life. God simply means that existence is more than it appears. It is more than can be measured. It is more than science can ever experiment with. And religion is the search for that more, that mysterious, elusive quality. Hence, everybody belongs to God. But very few people are aware of the fact. The moment you know it on your own, not because I say it, not because Buddha says it, not because Jesus says it, but because you feel it, in that moment you are transformed. All misery disappears, life becomes light and joy, a bliss and a benediction. End. Day 31. Man is not a being, but a bridge. Animals have being and Buddhists have being, but man is only a bridge. He has no being. He is a becoming. He goes on becoming, changing, moving from one point to another. He is a journey, a pilgrimage. This has to be remembered. Never be satisfied unless you become enlightened. Remain in divine discontent to the last moment. When you explode into light, when you become light, then light becomes your being. And
I like to reflect on that one.
okay.
Like the prophet says, man is not, well, I just paraphrase, like a finished product, but man is becoming. Like, we're always in motion. Like, as long as you're alive, you're always changing. changing, like you're consistently changing. I like that. That spoke to me.
You need to become this.
Yeah. Day 32. To be spontaneous means to be responsible to the present. People are dominated by the past. Life goes on changing every moment and mind remains clinging to the past. There's a gap between the mind and life. Anything that comes out of the mind is never going to be a real response. It is only a reaction, and it always falls short. It can't reach the target. It goes either above or below it. The target is the present, and the arrow is directed by the past that knows nothing of the future, knows nothing of the present. To be spontaneous means to live moment to moment, to respond to that which is, with no prejudices, with no mind, with no past, no future, with no time at all. Then suddenly there is a meeting between you and existence. That meeting is bliss. That meeting is God. End.
Try not to live spontaneous. Try not to live spontaneous. Everything planned, at least thought about before I get involved in it. It might not be in my favor. You know, I found out in living. It's just a dance. I got to make sure I got my steps together, got my money, and got my clothing. Other than that, I'll just sit at home and reminisce. I think sometimes, yeah, it's best to have a plan. My wife doesn't too much like me. Okay. I don't do nothing. I try not to do anything spontaneous. End up stepping in a pile of and can't pull it out, you know. But I guess spontaneity is good for some people, but I don't know. Everything has to be regimented, or I try to, you know.
Balance in everything, right? Balance in everything, right?
Yeah, I
Balance in
have to
everything.
have that. Else it's chaos.
I know. I hate planning things. Like it's my own default because I don't like to plan stuff.
Yeah, I think Osho has Saturn in his first house in his astrological natal chart, so that would make sense that he feels that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm kind of like the balance sign, so everything has to somewhat, you know. Yeah, well, yeah. And there's time of sleep may be spontaneous. I don't usually do that often.
I mean that the universe is governed by order and chaos. You know, there's chaos, there's order, and there has to be a balance of the two. I mean, sometimes it's like I feel like if things just get over planned, it's this issue. It becomes a control issue.
It's a setup of expectations.
Yeah, it's a setup of expectations, and then you're just leaving yourself open for disappointment.
Right.
When things don't go out, when things don't work out as planned. So what's the remedy for that?
I think it boils down to the intention. Like, some things can be planned within your control. And then as far as spontaneity is concerned, spontaneity happens whether you want it to or not. It's just about being open to it. You know what I mean? As opposed to being affected by it. The spontaneity is just everything outside of your control.
Well, you use the word intention though. Like, I've been thinking that everything boils down to intention too, and maybe I'm just thinking about something too specific of a circumstance, but like through a few different like arguments like with my lady or whatever, it'll be like you figure out that your intentions don't matter at all. It didn't matter because you still did something to fluff up the vibe, or you still did something that you're finding yourself having to argue about, right? You still did something, but like it doesn't change my intentions or my intentions don't change the fact that I might have stepped on your foot. Now your foot hurts, you know what I mean? Or that's a stupid example, but you understand what I'm saying? Like it doesn't change what the outcome. I still will debate, like I'll still be like, well, my intentions weren't to hurt, you know what I mean?
But now that's your intention clashing with her expectation. So it's not really your fault. You know what I mean?
Where you were there? Say some of this stuff in the corner actually.
Calls Chris, alright.
Yeah,
Talk to
you
him.
This other guy named Chris.
I have what is called a serenity prayer. You know, grant me the serenity to accept things that I cannot change and the things that I can. I follow along with that. You know, I know that things are not going to go as planned, but I try to keep it streaming in that line. You know, so I can maintain equilibrium. Else I find myself trying to move out of that negativity into a positive frame. You know, that music play a part in my world too. Sometimes a bit of animation may help out. And I may look at the world with rose-colored glasses at times to see the good part of things. But knowing the opposite is what I try to stay away from. And negative vibes, if I can. But yeah, I try to, spontaneous is kind of scary. I used to live that way. And,
I just love when things work out spontaneously. Like
Did something.
that's my favorite.
I acted spontaneously and lost everything, and I was, and this is a laughing matter, you know.
Well, you talked about the invisible and the visible and the invisible aspects of being. I kind of look at, you know, the plans we make are the visible. Like I planned to come here today at 9:30. The invisible plan was that, you know, a bus came and ran into the back of my car and changed shit. And that didn't happen.
back of your car, you're still okay. You're still here.
Well, you know, there's our plan, and then there's,
Yeah.
I think, the invisible is like the God plan, that we don't really know until we're in that moment.
Yeah, I know what you're speaking in terms of that. I get mugged on the CTA. And I found myself cupping my head, right, as two guys were uppercutting me. And when I got to work, I had bruises all around my head. And actually, when they were uppercutting me, it was my own knuckles hitting me in the head.
Oh wow.
And the ones who answered the call were too late, so I was like, how I look. And I worked around the corner, so I went to work like that, because I got to make my money. I'm not about to miss my money. You'll send me home, but I'm coming to work. If I'm bruised, I just get out of ER, I'm coming to work. unless otherwise, the doctor tells me to stay home, or my boss tells me never mind. But yeah, let's make sure that happens. I sit in the first car, because I don't really want no hassle.
Where's that at?
That was, of all places, at Merchandise Mart going to Washington and Wells.
Wow, what time was that at?
About 9:30 at night.
Wow.
Yeah,
And the train was full?
no, the train, I was sitting in the third car at the time, and it was empty, except for the 5 that got on. And 2 guys that got on, 5 huge women. They presented a wall, so I couldn't take flight. You know, so.
All I gotta do is just say something crazy. Eat your face.
I'll eat your face.
People don't like crazy.
Show the guy how I would gouge out eyes with my hands. Of course, I have nerve damage in my hands. He said, "What are you trying to do? T-Rex?"
How long ago was this?
Several, about 7 to 8 years ago. You know, right now, it ain't happening. But then again, I'm not going to induce something to happen either. But I ran into a 7-foot guy going to work one time. said, get out of my way. So I asked my wife and she said, okay, and here I am. I saw the guy the next day. He was homeless, curled up in the seat right next to me. Yeah, I have a bit of compassion, empathy. But,
Hey, where do you work at?
make sure you don't get a job in that place, huh? No, right downtown, no. One North Wacker.
All time.
Yeah, office building. It's all good, you know, it's just who you run into outside. You know, it's, even assholes at the job I want to take care of. But you have to be empathetic towards them. Oh, Lord. Jeez. Oh. Oh.
So I see the beauty in both, you know, intention or spontaneity or planning things. Like, I understand, like, all right, you can have a goal in mind or something you're going towards, but you don't have to be attached.